Morning, guys. As Bob mentioned, my name is Suzanne, and it's spelled with an S. It's S-U-S-A-N-N-E. And the reason I bring this up is because as I go in later on, that will explain part of my business name. As Bob mentioned also, I've been in Colorado Springs for approximately 22 years this time, and I was brought here by the military. My husband's also retired. I spent 6.5 years in the regular Army and 8.5 in the Colorado National Guard. While I was in the Colorado National Guard, I was also looking to do something different, so I decided I was going back to school. So I went back to school, and of all things, I didn't take up my business of laser engraving. I took up welding. And the reason I took up welding is I was going to go into auto body work, but unfortunately or fortunately, you had to take welding as a prerequisite for that. So I did that, and I fell in love with welding, and that started off my basic creative endeavors, to say the least. So I really like welding, but it didn't really do much for me other than the fact I can weld and I do enjoy welding. But before I started welding, you would have never found me in any place like a woodworking store, a Home Depot, or anything that had to do with the creative endeavors that I do now. What I did do, though, was my husband took me up to a woodworking show once upon a time, and he comes up and he goes, "Hey, Sue, do you want to turn a pen?" And I'm like, okay. I'm looking at him kind of strange because I'm like, no, but I'll try it. So as you can see behind me, I learned that technique really well. And that got me started in the business of turning pens. But my other love at that show was the laser engraver. I'd always go into that show and I'd immediately walk over and find the laser engravers because you can do some really cool things with them. So once I turned my pen, the first thing I did is I trotted over to the laser engraver guys and I said, "Hey, can you put my name on it?" So that's where things got started. I could now justify, once I had my name on something, I could justify that piece of machinery. It's like, okay, B, I now have a new hobby, which is turning pens, due to him saying that, that was something that he would like me to do. And then I got the laser engraver because it's like, oh, now I can make pens, I can do laser engraving, and I now have a new business. So that's how I got started in the business of laser engraving. As I mentioned, my name is Suzanne, and that's S-U-S-A-N-N-E. And the reason I mention that is I want anybody that thinks they have an unusual name to raise your hand. Okay? I like people that have unusual names because there's a lot of times where, as you were growing up, you couldn't find anything that had your name on it. So that's one of the reasons why I got into the laser engraving business. It's for people that have unusual names, and also the fact that people look for items that are personalized. So that brought me into that aspect. My business name is Unique and Personally Yours. So that's where that came in also, is that I want anything that you purchase from me to be unique and personally yours. So that's where the name came in. Again, with me having a unique name of Suzanne, you should be able to go out into this world and have anything you want that has your personalized name on it. I'm a person that will help you think out of the box, okay? So when I say thinking out of the box, I have a lot of different things that I do and different items that are available for you to check out. But again, my background is military. I like to be out in the community. I like to leave an impression on people. So I want to make sure that anytime that you think of somebody that you want to impress or somebody that you would like to get to know better, I want you to come see me. Again, some of my background is in the community. I've done dog training. Some of you know me as Sue. Some of you know me as Suzanne. Some of you know me as Susie, mostly family and friends, but that's where things are at. And that's pretty much me in a nutshell. Ex-military in here in Colorado Springs. I like dealing with the community, and I want to be your go-to person for those unique items. Also, too, I like doing some fun stuff, so I got an offer for you. Does anybody ever say, I'll do it when I get around to it? Okay, I have round to it's up here, so feel free to come up here and help yourself to a round to it. Also, too, I do, what's kind of fun is I saw a box that said, take what you need. So I have a bunch of little word circles. So if there's anything in this bag that you need at this time, ideas, justice, joy, peace, hope, love, feel free to take one of those also.